Welcome to BBC News. Millions are bracing themselves for Storm Éowyn, which is due to hit Ireland and the UK in the coming hours. The Met Office has issued a rare red weather warning for Northern Ireland and the Scottish Central Belt, which means a danger to life. 4.5 million people were sent an emergency phone alert advising them to stay at home. Many schools and large parts of the transport network will be closed in these areas. Well, as you can see from the map, it is a giant storm where coastal areas could see winds of up to 100 miles an hour. An amber weather warning is in place for the rest of Scotland, Northern England and North Wales, with separate yellow warnings for wind and rain covering the rest of the UK. Éowyn is also battering Ireland, which has seen gusts of more than 100 miles an hour. Let's get the latest now from Joe Inwood.
With winds of up to 100 miles an hour, there's only so much you can do to prepare for a storm like Éowyn. First to feel its force will be the Republic of Ireland. A red warning is in place for the entire country. Here, it's being called the storm of the century.
Please ensure that your property, garden furniture, other loose material on your properties are secured. Today is a time to be a community. Today and this afternoon is the time to check on isolated and vulnerable family, friends and neighbours.
Next in the path of Éowyn will be Northern Ireland, where alerts have already sounded on people's phones. All schools will be closed, the first time this has happened since 2017.
Well, it's always difficult, I suppose, to make a decision to close the school, and I can understand the department and the Education Authority making the decision, albeit quite late on. I suppose really the health and welfare, safety of children and the entire school community is really vitally important.
As it crosses the Irish Sea, gusts of up to 100 miles an hour are predicted before it hits Scotland. There's a red warning in place for part of the Central Belt, and they'll be monitoring disruption at this control room. But it's been decided it's too dangerous for any trains to run.
This is a major weather event, and keeping our customers and colleagues safe is our #1 priority. Because of that, we've had to make the very difficult decision to withdraw all of our ScotRail services throughout Friday to make sure that we keep everybody safe.
Much of Wales and the north of England are under an amber warning. There, like everywhere else in Éowyn's path, disruption is expected, and the advice is to only travel if you really have to.
From this storm, we're expecting airborne issues, so debris potentially, power outages. So our advice would be to plan journeys if you are making those journeys. Think about what you're doing in any circumstances and keep safe.
Almost the whole of the UK is set to be under a yellow warning for high winds. Yesterday in Cornwall, there were even reports of a tornado. It wasn't caused by Storm Éowyn, but was a reminder of our increasingly unpredictable weather. Joe Inwood, BBC News.
Well, let's bring you some of the latest live pictures coming into us of the impact of Storm Éowyn. This is Ballyholme in Northern Ireland, where a red weather warning, the most severe available to the Met Office, is in place. People have been told to stay at home. The Police Service of Northern Ireland describing the storm as an exceptional weather event, expecting the strongest winds in the region since 1998. It is expected to hit Scotland at 10 o'clock local time. This is the picture in Largs, which is to the west of Glasgow. The red alert in Scotland will remain in place until 5 p.m. Schools and public transport have been shut down for the day. And I can tell you that on the west coast of Ireland, which is where Storm Éowyn is due to hit or is already hitting, winds of up to 108 miles an hour have been recorded on the coast of County Galway. 150,000 homes and businesses without power there. For context, the record high wind for the entirety of Ireland is 113 miles an hour. So getting close to breaking records. Naturally, we'll bring you more updates on Storm Éowyn as they come into us. Well, let's take